AITA for walking out after my girlfriend called me temporary at her birthday dinner? I should have realized something was wrong the first time I met her friends. 3 months later, Sienna finally invited me to meet her core group at a cocktail bar in Tribeca with bottle service, the kind of place where drinks cost more than my weekly grocery budget. I arrived in my best blazer, impeccable, off the rack from Nordstrom. Everyone else looked like they had stepped out of a magazine. Wyatt, Blair's husband, was the first to ask, "So, Cole, what do you do?" "Architecture," I said, nodding politely around the table. "Which firm?" Wyatt leaned forward, drumming his fingers on his Rolex. I said it was mid-sized, respected in the industry, and did good work. "Oh." His smile didn't reach his eyes. "I thought you meant one of the big ones." The conversation moved on. I felt like I had failed a test I didn't know I was taking. In the Uber home, Sienna was quiet. "You were quiet tonight," she finally said. I felt like I was being interviewed for a position I didn't apply for. She shifted in her seat. "What does that mean?" "Your friend spent the whole night trying to figure out if I deserved your time based on my resume. They are just protective. They have seen me date guys." "Who? What?" "They had the right credentials." "That is not fair." I turned to look at her. "Do you care about any of that?" "No, of course not." She took my hand. "I like you for who you are." "Good, because that is all I have to offer." She leaned in and kissed me. "That is all I want." But she was lying. To me, to herself, to both of us. The signs were there. I just didn't want to see them. In the 4th month, my firm won a small but prestigious design award. I was excited. It was really important recognition in my industry. Sienna posted it once on her Instagram story vaguely and briefly, without tagging me. When I asked her why, she told me, "I don't like mixing personal and professional online." In the 5th month, we ran into her ex-boyfriend Graham at a charity gala. He was everything you would expect. Finance background. Patek Philippe watch. Story about his house in the Hamptons. Sienna lit up talking to him in a way I hadn't seen in weeks. On the way home, she was silent. "What?" I asked. "Nothing," she said, looking out the window. But something had changed. In the 6th month, my parents visited the city. I had wanted Sienna to meet them in person. She accepted, but seemed uncomfortable the whole time. My dad talked about his years working in the auto shop. My mom talked about her small apartment in Queens. Sienna smiled politely and checked her phone every few minutes. Later, she called them quaint in a tone that sounded like an insult. By the 7th month, she mentioned Graham constantly. Graham took me to a restaurant. Graham knew the owner of that gallery. I realized I am not insecure, but I am not blind either. Then came her birthday. 2 weeks before the dinner, Sienna announced she was doing something big. I assumed it would be something intimate. Close friends, maybe her parents on another night. She sent me the guest list. 16 people. Most of them I didn't know. "Paige," I looked at the restaurant reservation. "It is about $300 a person. It is my birthday. I only turned 28 once. I am not saying don't celebrate. I am saying maybe go to a more reasonable place. I would love to take you somewhere special, just the two of us." God, you sound like my father trying to teach me how to budget. "Sienna, everyone pays for themselves. You can afford a nice dinner, right? It is not about being able to afford it." "Then what is it about?" I hesitated. "It is about you wanting to perform for people instead of simply existing." Her expression turned cold. Not everyone is satisfied with being simply Cole. Some of us have standards. That hurt. She knew it. She didn't apologize. The week before her birthday, I finished my gift. I had been working on it for weeks. A custom architectural drawing of the building where we met, that gallery opening where we talked for 3 hours straight, where she told me I was the most interesting person she had met in years. I showed it to my sister Lydia. "It is beautiful," she said, running her finger over the frame. "She better appreciate it." "She will." Lydia looked at me for a long time. "Cole, can I ask you something? Are you happy?" "What kind of question is that?" "A real question, because from the outside it looks like you try very hard to make someone happy who doesn't reciprocate. You don't know her like I do. Maybe, or maybe I see her more clearly because I am not in love with her." I had no answer for that. The night of the dinner, I arrived at the venue in my best suit. The restaurant was impressive. Floor-to-ceiling windows, ocean murals, the kind of place designed to impress. Sienna's friends were already there. Champagne was flowing freely. She was wearing a designer dress I had never seen. Definitely new. Definitely expensive. She kissed me on the cheek, not on the lips, and took my wrapped gift without even looking at it. Oh, you can put it on the gift table. There was a literal gift table. Designer bags, Tiffany boxes, Cartier ribbons. My simple wrapped frame looked pathetic next to them. The seating arrangement told me everything. Long table. Sienna at the head. Me near the bottom between Travis, Paige's drunk husband, and an empty chair. Sienna was surrounded by Blair, Wyatt, and people I didn't know. I had been seated at the kids' table. The first hour was death by 1,000 cuts. Travis turned to me once. So architect, nice. Like you design houses. Commercial buildings mainly. We just finished it. Yeah, cool. He was already looking away. From the other side of the table, Paige's voice was heard. Sienna, remember when Graham took you to Cipriani for your birthday? It was so romantic. Sienna laughed. She didn't correct her. She didn't mention me. God, I miss Graham, Blair said. He was so much fun. He was also a narcissist, Sienna replied. But a rich narcissist. Everyone laughed. I felt my jaw tighten. Wyatt finally addressed me. So Cole, what do you drive? The question was a trap. Everyone at the table knew it. Reliable Honda Accord. Travis patted me on the shoulder. Can't go wrong with a Honda. The condescension dripped from every word. I just got the new Porsche Taycan, Wyatt said. Electric. $110,000. Why would someone say that? Because they could. Because I couldn't. Sienna was on her fourth glass of champagne when Graham walked in. Graham practically screamed her name. She stood up, hugged him way too long. He made the rounds. Good to see you, man. Long time no see. And he sat next to Sienna. I watched them talk. She was animated, touching his arm, laughing too loud. She hadn't looked at me in over an hour. Dessert was being served. Blair stood up with her glass. Okay, well, speech time. Everyone groaned good-naturedly. I just want to wish a happy birthday to my best friend. She is gorgeous, successful, and too good for most men in this city. Laughter echoed around the table. But she did bring a date tonight, so let's meet him properly. Sienna, introduce your boyfriend. That is what we called him. Sienna stood up unsteadily on her heels, glass in hand. Okay. Yes. Hi everyone, I am Cole. She gestured vaguely at me. Some people waved. Cole is hot. He is my boyfriend. SH. He made air quotes. People laughed. I stood very still. But seriously, Cole. Now she was looking at me, smirking. Don't get your hopes up. You are only temporary. The table went silent. Not silent, but uncomfortable. Paige started. Sienna, what? Being honest, he is safe. No. Communication. She looked at Graham. I mean, come on. Look at him. He is sweet. He is okay, but he isn't exactly. She pointed at Graham and Wyatt. You know, he is not the end goal. Blair tried to downplay it. Oh my God, Sienna, you are terrible. He is like a palate cleanser. Sienna continued gaining momentum. You know when you eat sorbet between courses? That is Cole. He is the sorbet between meals. Some people laughed nervously. Owen, the only gay friend in her group, looked horrified. Graham was smiling smugly. My face was stone. What did you call him? Blair asked. A bridge boyfriend. Wow, I was kidding. Well, it is true. He is a bridge between Graham and whoever comes next. She laughed. God, that sounds cruel. But no bad intentions. If it is true, right, Cole? She was staring at me, waiting for me to laugh with her. Do you think I am like that? My voice was low. Oh, don't be sensitive. Did you know what this was? No, really not. Come on, be honest. Did you really think we were going to get married? You are an architect and drive a Honda. She pointed to herself at the opulent table. This was fun, but let's be real. Dead silence. Graham smiled with a sneer. Harsh. I am just being honest for once. Everyone else is too polite to say it, but we are all thinking it. Owen put down his fork. Sienna, stop. What? He is a grown man. He can accept the truth. She turned to me. Right, Cole? You can handle it. I stood up. Calm, controlled. Every eye at the table turned to me. I took out my wallet and counted the exact cash. My food, my drinks. A generous tip. I put it on the table in front of my plate. You are right. About one thing I said. What is wrong? I can handle the truth. Cole, sit down. You are making a scene. You just called me a palate cleanser in front of 16 people. The scene is already made. Her face changed. Now I am nervous. I was joking. God, don't you get a joke? Were you joking when you said I am not the end? Or when you said I am temporary? Or when you wondered out loud if anyone at this table actually believed we would get married? She didn't know what to answer. I looked around. Did it seem like a joke to any of you? Silence. Owen shook his head slightly. Graham was still smiling smugly. Here is the thing, Sienna. I kept my voice calm. You are absolutely right. I am not your end goal. Because you are no longer the one who decides my fate. It is me. Cole. Wait. She stood up in panic. I have spent 8 months trying to be good enough for someone who just announced to everyone that I never was and never would be. I didn't say that. Yes, you did. You just didn't expect me to hear it like that. Did you expect me to sit here and accept it because I am temporary and temporary things can't speak? You are overreacting. I went to the gift table and picked up my wrapped frame. I made you something. I have been working on it for weeks. But you know what? You don't deserve it, Cole. Please. I looked at her one last time. She was crying with her mascara running. I guess the temporary part just ended. I turned to the table. Enjoy your dinner. I walked out. I didn't rush, didn't slam anything, just left. I sat for 20 minutes in my car in the parking lot with my hands on the steering wheel, breathing. I wasn't crying, I wasn't angry, just clear. I opened the gift I had made her. The architectural drawing was truly beautiful, detailed, professional. Hours of work, I would keep it for myself. I drove to Evan's apartment. My best friend looked at my face and said, "What happened?" I told him everything word for word. "Jesus," he said when I finished. "Yeah. And what are you going to do?" "Nothing. Nothing. What can I do?" She said what she thought. I left. That is it. Evan leaned back on his couch. She is going to call. You are probably going to answer. No. Not even listen to her. Evan. She called me a palate cleanser in front of her ex-boyfriend. In front of people I have spent 8 months trying to impress for her. What is there to hear? An apology. An apology for what? For saying what she really thinks? She did me a favor. She was honest for the first time in our relationship. You are done. I am done. He studied me. Are you okay? I thought about it. You know what? Yes. Really I am. I feel lighter. At 10:47 p.m., my phone started ringing. Sienna. I let it go to voicemail. Evan watched me. Really? You are not going to answer? No. She called again at 10:52. Voicemail again. This time she left a message. Cole. Hey, it is me. I think we should talk. I was drinking and said some things that came out wrong. You know how I get when I drink. It was supposed to be funny. Everyone was laughing. I don't know. I was playing to the crowd. Can you call me back, please? I deleted it without finishing. She called again at 11:47. Cole, please. I am sorry. Okay. I am so sorry. I didn't mean you were temporary. I don't know what I meant. I was drunk and stupid, trying to impress people who don't even matter. You do matter. You have always mattered to me. Please, call me. Let me explain. I can fix this. Then the messages started. Are you awake? I know you are seeing this. Can we talk, please? I am sorry. Call me. All delivered. None read. I put my phone face down on Evan's coffee table. I am going to sleep. I said, thanks for letting me stay. Stay as long as you need. I woke up Saturday morning having slept better than I had in months. 23 messages from Sienna. 6 missed calls. I didn't read them. I didn't listen to the voicemails. Evan made coffee. What is your plan? I will go to my place. Get some things. Stay here a few more days if that is okay. Stay as long as you want. But she will show up there. I will probably go when she is not there. By Sunday, Sienna's messages had changed. Are you really going to ignore me over a joke? This is childish. We need to talk like adults. Then my sister called. Did Sienna just call you? I asked. Yes. I told her to delete my number. What did she say? That you are overreacting, that it was a misunderstanding. I told her exactly what I thought of someone who calls my brother a palate cleanser at a public dinner. Lydia's voice was sharp. She actually tried to defend herself. Said she was drunk. Drunk words are sober thoughts. That is what I told her. Lydia paused. Are you okay? Seriously. Yes, really I am. Good. Because you deserve someone who is proud to be with you. Not someone who treats you like a dirty secret until they can move up. Over the next week, Sienna tried everything. Apology texts, angry texts, emotional manipulation. She showed up at my apartment. I wasn't there. She called my office. The receptionist took a message. I didn't return the message. She sent flowers to my work. I had them donated to the hospital. On the sixth day, an email arrived. Subject, please read this. I read it twice. It said everything I might have needed to hear 8 months ago. She admitted her insecurity, her need for approval, how I made her feel she could be different, but she was too scared. You were never something temporary to me. I was too cowardly to admit that you were just what I needed. I felt nothing. Evan found me looking at my laptop. What did it say? Everything I needed to hear 8 months ago? Nothing I need now. I deleted it. The consequences for Sienna came faster than expected. Owen stopped answering her calls. He had witnessed the dinner. He was disgusted. Paige distanced herself. Apparently, her husband Travis had told her the dinner had been brutal and he had lost respect for Sienna. Even Blair, her best friend, said that was very harsh. Honey, very harsh. Wyatt, Blair's husband, found me at a work event 2 weeks later. Hey man, he said, taking me aside. Just wanted to say that what she did was messed up. Some of us saw it. I appreciated it more than I expected. Sienna, desperate and alone, contacted Graham. They met for drinks. He made a move. She let him. She woke up the next morning to an empty bed and a text. It was fun catching up. Let's do it again sometime. She told me later. Much later. She said that was when she understood. He made her feel exactly how Graham made her feel, used. I didn't stay at Evan's house forever. After 2 weeks, I went back to my apartment. I returned to my life. Work assigned me a major project, a museum renovation. I dedicated myself completely to it. I went to the gym regularly, something Sienna had always advised against. Too much time away from me, she would say. I dined with my parents. They knew what happened. My dad put his hand on my shoulder and said, "A man who knows his worth doesn't beg to be valued." I took the architectural drawing I made. I reused the frame. It is not the building where we met, but my parents' first apartment building in the United States. A tribute to true love, true sacrifice, true value. I hung it in my living room. In the second month, I heard from mutual friends that Sienna's job was struggling. One of her main clients, someone who had attended the birthday dinner, had requested a different account manager. Her boss was concerned about her professionalism. Her parents, upon hearing about the dinner, cut her allowance. "We didn't raise you to be cruel," her mother apparently told her. Sienna had to move to a smaller apartment in a less trendy neighborhood. The story spread through her social circle. She became known as the woman who publicly humiliated her boyfriend. Men she tried to date had heard about it. One even asked her on a first date, "Are you the sorbet girl?" She left crying. In the third month, she sent me a message. "You have some things here. When can I drop them off?" It was the first message I replied to in months. "Leave them with the building manager at my address. I can bring them up. I would like to talk." "No, please, just 5 minutes. There is nothing more to say." I left my things with the manager. She came anyway. My building manager called me. "There is a Sienna here with a box. I told her to leave it for you. She asked if I can call you. Says she just needs 5 minutes. Tell her no. If she doesn't leave, call security." She waited in the lobby for 30 minutes. I didn't go down. I watched her from my window as she finally left, taking the box back to her car, crying. I felt nothing. 4 months after the dinner, my museum renovation project was presented at a public exhibition. My firm was proud. Local architecture magazines covered it. It was a big event. The opening was packed. My colleagues, my parents, Lydia, and her husband Daniel, people from the industry I respected, were present. I was near one of my renderings talking to a journalist about design decisions when I saw her. Sienna was near the entrance scanning the room. Upon seeing me, she froze. I turned to the journalist and finished my thought. She waited. Finally, she approached. "Hi," she said. I turned with no emotion on my face. "Sienna, I saw the exhibition was on. Your work is beautiful." "Thank you." Awkward pause. "How have you been?" "Good, busy." "I can see that. This is amazing, Cole. Really, you should be very proud." "I am. I have been thinking about you." "Okay." She seemed frustrated. "That is it." "Okay. What do you want me to say?" "I don't know. Something, anything. You were with me for 8 months, and now you look at me like I am a stranger." "Sienna, you called me a palate cleanser at your birthday dinner. What did you expect to happen?" "I expected you to let me apologize. I tried for months, and you heard me. You read my email, received my messages, and just ignored them." "Yes." "Why?" I looked at her. Really looked at her. "You weren't wrong, Sienna. You were honest. For the first time in our relationship, you said what you really felt. I am sorry you had to get drunk at your birthday dinner to do it. That is not fair. People say stupid things when they are drunk. Drunk words are sober thoughts. God, everyone keeps saying that. She was crying now because it is true. You said I wasn't the end, that I was temporary, that I am not the kind of person you end up with. I was trying to impress people who don't matter, but you do matter more than me. And that is fine, but I am not going to be with someone who is ashamed of me. I wasn't ashamed. Yes, you were ashamed. You sat me at the end of the table. You barely spoke to me all night. You compared me to Graham in front of everyone. You told 16 people I was a placeholder until someone better came along. I know. Her voice cracked. I know I did, and I have regretted it every day since. I believe you. Then why won't you give me another chance? Because I don't want it. She looked like I had slapped her. No. I spent 8 months trying to be good enough for you, trying to fit into your world, trying to impress your friends, and the whole time you were ashamed of me. That is not true. You never posted a picture of us. You forgot to invite me to things. You made excuses for why I couldn't meet your parents in person. Every time we were with your friends, you introduced me like I was your assistant or something. I am different now. Maybe you are, but I am different too. I am no longer the type to accept being someone's secret. I am not the type to wait around hoping to be good enough. You always were. Then you should have treated me like that. She was weeping. So that is it. We are done. We have been done since your birthday. You just didn't realize it because I stopped responding. I love you, she said desperately. I paused. Then, gently, no, you don't. You love the idea of being loved, but you don't love me. If you loved me, you wouldn't have said those things to me. You wouldn't have treated me like I was beneath you. I never said you were beneath me. Sienna, sorbet, between meals. What else would you call it? She didn't know what to answer. I hope you find what you are looking for. I really do, but it is not me. Please, I have to get back to my family. Take care. I walked away. Cole, she called me. I kept walking. Lydia saw Sienna, gave her a cold look, and hugged me. I looked back once. Sienna stood alone in the crowded gallery, watching me laugh with my family. She finally understood. She had someone who loved her and had destroyed it for people who never cared about her. I went back to my parents. My mom touched my arm. Was that her? Yes. Are you okay? Yes, really. My dad patted me on the shoulder. Good man. The exhibition continued. I was present, engaged, celebrating an achievement I was genuinely proud of, surrounded by people who were proud of me. I didn't think about Sienna at all. I had moved on, not with someone new, but with myself. And that was enough. Comment. This story reminds us that true love never makes you feel like you need to hide who you are or apologize for your background. Like Cole, we must realize that walking away from disrespect is actually the highest form of self-respect. Do not waste your precious time trying to impress people who only value status. Instead, cherish those who are genuinely proud to stand by your side. Remember, you are never just a temporary stop in someone's life. You are the destination for the person who truly deserves you. If you like the stories, don't forget to leave a comment and support the channel by subscribing. See you in the upcoming stories.